Madam President.
The senator from West Virginia.
Madam President, I rise again to read letters from West Virginians about the concerns and fears they have over ongoing lawsuits being led by the 20 U.S. Attorney Generals, including West Virginia's own Attorney General, that threatens to once again allow insurance companies to deny coverage to West Virginians with pre-existing conditions. 800,000 West Virginians, including 90,600 children, have a pre-existing condition. Now, let me go over some of the things that qualifies as a pre-existing conditions that insurance companies can rate you on. Organ transplant, anxiety, cancer, heart disease, Alzheimer's disease, Crohn's disease, Parkinson's disease, cystic fibrosis, pneumonia, epilepsy, anemia, depression, lupus, obsessive compulsive disorder, pregnancy, anorexic, diabetes, kidney disease, sleep apnea, obesity, bipolar disease, multiple sclerosis, cerebral palsy, stroke, bulimia, asthma, tuberculosis. I've always said that our nation's current healthcare system is in need of repair, but every West Virginian deserves access to quality, affordable health care. And I am very concerned our country is at risk of moving backwards instead of forward. When people ask why I voted against repealing the health care law, I always say it's because we need to make sure those with pre-existing conditions don't go bankrupt paying for basic health care. What's happening today is an unfortunate political move. The only reason this lawsuit is moving forward is because they have failed to repeal the law through this process here in the Senate. Congress has voted more than 50 times to repeal, and it has not passed. So what they're telling us loud and clear, fix it, repair it. It can be fixed and made better for everybody. What makes this worse is that we do have this bipartisan compromise led by Senator Lamar Alexander, Republican from Tennessee, and Senator Patty Murray, Democrat from the state of Washington, with 12 Republicans and 12 Democrats, and I'm proud to say I'm one of them. This bill includes important steps that will help reduce health care costs for West Virginia families, and this agreement shows what is possible when we put people before politics. Shame on us for not voting on that. This is impacting real people. Last week, I asked West Virginians to share their stories with me, and my office has been flooded with stories. I'm going to share just a few of these stories with you today. This is Whitney from Morgantown, West Virginia. Dear Senator Manchin, please protect our pre-existing conditions. In August of 2016, my then 15-year-old child suffered a stroke as the result of a brain AVM. He had to have emergency brain surgery, which left him in a medically induced coma for several months. When he woke up, he was unable to walk or talk. He had to have continuous medical care, including expensive MRIs and angiograms. This doesn't include his multiple therapies. If we did not have insurance coverage, I do not know what we would have done. I can afford all these medical bills without the help of insurance. Due to the extensive medical needs, I know if this pre-existing condition is not protected, he will eventually lose benefits. I beg you to stand up for my child and all those who deserve a right to ongoing medical care. Please feel free to contact me with any questions concerning our needs. This is William from Martinsburg, West Virginia. Dear Senator, it was imperative that insurance companies are not allowed to screen members for pre-existing conditions. I am a 20-plus year type 2 diabetic. I am currently taking 5 medications for my diabetes. If I did not have coverage, I would be paying over $1,000 a month out of my pocket for just my diabetes meds. If insurance companies are allowed to start screening for and disallowing pre-existing conditions, I would not be able to afford my medications, and my diabetes would not be controlled, which could possibly lead to loss of limbs, loss of vision, and I could die. How much would I cost the government if I was disabled? How much would I cost an insurance company then if I had to have feet, arms, and legs amputated because of my condition? Bottom line, I cost my insurance companies a lot less money when they help me to keep my diabetes under control. Thank you for taking a stand for those of us with pre-existing conditions. Final letter is from Kevin from Hinton. Kevin from Hinton. Senator Manchin, I have lived with Crohn's disease, a severe chronic illness of the immune system that attacks the digestive system. The condition is painful and treatments are expensive. Like many West Virginians, I have dealt with insurance gaps and few jobs with good pay and benefits. Though many Americans struggle with the expenses of health care, we do remember the unfair practices before ACA, the Affordable Care Act, was passed, and improved the health care system by ridding us of pre-existing condition clauses, which allowed insurance companies to overcharge sick people for care or block them completely for getting coverage. Please work for us to make sure that the steps taken in the ACA are improved upon instead of allowing such benefit measures to be cut. Madam President, that's just a few of the letters that I receive, and I know that we all have these pre-existing conditions with people that are scared to death all over our country. I hope that we can come together for the sake of America and maybe get off of this political roller coaster where we're blaming everybody and trying to find out who we can blame, especially when we can fix it. So what I'm asking for is all of us to work together as Americans, forget whether you're a Democrat or Republican, and just help the people you represent. These diseases don't have a home. They're not just because of a Democrat or Republican, that's who they attack. They attack all of us. So it needs basically the help and the cure from all of us also. Thank you, Madam President. And Mr. President, I noticed the absence of a quorum.